Hi everybody. Organizing, grouping, and categorizing data is a very nice feature that is in Tableau. You can do that without the need of creating the same group inside the data sheet, inside the original data sheet. You can simply create hierarchy or group your data inside the visualization without the need to add this group to the data sheet, which is perfect. We have many types of groups. You may see that they are similar, but they are not. Everyone has a special purpose. In this video, we will talk about the hierarchy and the groups. Next video will talk about cluster groups and sets. In general, I can group the dimensions through hierarchy or grouping. The grouping itself has many types. You can make groups, cluster groups, or sets. Let's start by hierarchy. Hierarchy is like a tree. If you have some fields in your data, it can be used as a hierarchy so you can go from a level to the lower level. This is helpful to get more insights in your data, to study your data deeper and deeper without only having superficial view. But why I need that? Why this is very interesting? Because imagine that you have data for sales. There is drop in sales, in profit. And as an analyst, you were asked to find a solution for this problem, to find a recommendation or a decision that the company can follow to improve the sales and improve the profit again. How can you do that? By looking at the historical data, by analyzing historical data. To achieve this, you need to go deeper and deeper inside the data to collect as many insights, as deep insights as possible, because the problem can be anywhere inside the branches. For example, I know that last year the sales for this company were, for example, 3 millions. But this year, the sales dropped to 2 millions. If I look to the sales as a general, I know there is a drop, but I don't know where is the drop, from where this drop comes originally. When I go deeper and deeper in my data, I can see where exactly the drop in the sales. For example, in my data here, I have sales for territories. Every territory has countries. Every country has a state, has some states, and every state contains city. And within the city, there are regions that have postal codes. For example, I know that the sales were dropped. When I get when I get a deeper look at the data, I found that there is a drop in some territories, and other territories have higher sales than usual. So now I know that the problem is not general, but is specific for special territories. Now I need to get more focus inside every territory, to go inside the country to know which country in each territory has a drop in the sales. So now I have more insights. I can go deeper to see the cities. Maybe in the same country, the country as a whole show a drop in the sales, but by going deeper to the city, I found that some cities have nicely high sales and other have very low sales. I can make my study, I can set focus on these cities to get more insights. Even in the same city, I can find a region with higher sales that maintain higher sales, while other regions have lower sales. This is very important because as I go deep, as I can get more insights, as the situation becomes more clear for me, that will help me to write notes, to give recommendations, and to explain my finding to the stakeholders. And to make it easy, I can make that in a visualization to make it easier for them to understand the situation. For that, I can build a hierarchy for this group of fields. So I can build the hierarchy like that. I have the root, which is all sales. all sales is divided into lower level into territories. Every territory is divided into a lower level, which is countries, and so on. I have a different color for every level. The highest most level, which is the general view, is called the root, and the lowermost level is called the leaf node. We can start level 1, level 0, level 1, and so on. For example, if my sales is 10,000 as a total, I may know that these 10,000 this territory has, for example, 5,000, and the other 5,000 are divided on the other territories. The 5,000 in this can be divided into, for example, 3,000 and 2,000. So I'm going deep and deep inside my data to get more information. Let's see how we can do that in Tableau. Here in Tableau, in general, if we have a date type field, this data type has an embedded hierarchy. For example, if I put the order date here, I found that order date comes here. I will drag the sales. Here now you can see that my data shows early sales. And here beside I can see the expansion icon, the plus. When I click it, I can go deeper into the quarter. So now my data is expanded into sales in each quarter in each year. If I need to see deeper to see what is the behavior or monthly sales, so I can expand the quarter to go for monthly sale, where I can discover which month has a drop. I can also expand the month into week and the week into day. If I have time, I can expand the day into hour, then minutes, then seconds. So I have hierarchy by default in date. This is embedded. I don't need to create it. It is created automatically once you have date. When I need to collapse, I would click on the minus sign, the minus icon here, so it is collapsed. I will remove this. Now I need to build a hierarchy, a similar hierarchy for the region, for the geographical distribution of my sales. I can do that in two ways. The easier one is to just drag and drop. But how can I drag and drop? I will go to the highest level in my hierarchy, which is the territory, level 1. Under territory, I have countries. So I will drag the country on the territory. Once you get the territory selected, just to drop the country, Tableau will understand that you need to build a hierarchy. It will give you this prompt, create hierarchy, and it has a name. You can change this name. And then, okay. Now you have a new field called hierarchy, and it has the icon of the hierarchy symbol, under which it has a territory and country. I need to add state under country. So I will drag state and move until I see the line below the country and drop it. The order by which I add my fields means the level, which is the lower level and which is the higher level. The uppermost is the highest level. As I go lower, I'm going down the levels. And under the state, I have a city. And under the city, I have a postal code. Now I build my hierarchy in this order. I will drag this hierarchy to the row so I can see sales, and I will add a visual to show the sales. I will add a label. You can see now the territory has the same expansion icon as date, from which we can expand the territory to the lower level, which is country. Now I can easily see, and I can show the stakeholder how is the breakdown of the sales over the countries. I can go deeper by clicking the plus icon on the country, so I can see the breakdown of sales inside every country. As states, I can go deeper for city, so now I can see every city and I can notice where I can see a drop and where I can see high sales. Now I can see that the high sales in Madrid, Spain, and I can see a really low sales in Munich. I still can expand the city into postal code because this is my belt hierarchy. If I need to go up, by the way, expansion to expand the levels is called drill down, going from a higher level to lower level to get more details or a breakdown of my data. If I need to collapse to move from lower level to a higher level. This is called drill up. So I need to expand to collapse the city so I can see the sales of the city back. If I need to collapse to the country, now I can see the sales as a breakdown of countries. And from here I can see that USA is a really good market. And Ireland is a market that needs a lot of work for improvement. And I can collapse to level 1. From here also, you can see beside the territory, there is a plus icon where you can expand your data. Now the country has the same plus icon, the state also. If I need to remove the hierarchy, I can go to the hierarchy name, right click, and remove hierarchy. I can also rename it from here. I can choose rename and change the name of the hierarchy. Let's remove this hierarchy, right click and remove hierarchy. The hierarchy is removed, but the original fields stay in the data set. And you can see now there is no plus icon anymore beside any of this hierarchy. There is another way to build a hierarchy in Tableau. I will go territory again, right click and hierarchy, right click hierarchy, create hierarchy. I will get the same from it and I can change the name. And now I have territory in this hierarchy. I then can drag the country here. I can drag the state as we have done before. I can do the same. What about the grouping? Here the grouping is classifying or categorizing the data into separate groups. There are no levels here. They are only separating them into groups because, for example, I need to set focus on a special group. I need to compare some groups to each other. For example, I need to see what are the products that give me the highest sales and what are the group of products that give me the lowest sales. And then I can compare their behavior. It's totally different from hierarchy. Hierarchy, there are levels. But groups, I separate special items of my data for a special purpose. For example, in the countries, I have Europe territory, but I need to group them into EU and other European territories. How can I do that? Right click on the field that you need to group data, where you want to group data, and then create group. Here you can see the data in the country as unique values. And this is the name of the field. You can edit the name, you can rename it. If I need to add the EU countries as a group, I can select them by holding Shift or Control. And then group. Now I have these items in a group. I can here edit the group name. I want to group Ireland and UK, so I will select Ireland, hold Control and select UK and group. Now I have a group called Ireland and UK. Now you can see the country group has this icon. This is the icon of the group. I will put the country group here in the rows. And now you can see a group of the EU and another group of the Ireland and UK. To edit the group, right-click on the group field and then edit group. From here, you can click on the group, you can rename it, or you can ungroup the data again. Okay. Right-click on the group, you can delete the group. I need to create another group based on the behavior of the product. For example, I need to see or to create a group for the highest performance products and another group for the lowest performance products to know which products are sold more and which products are sold less. This is very important. And to do that in the same way, using the product code, right click and create group. This is really meaningless because I have here a lot of product codes with no meaning here in this situation. I don't know which product has the high sale or the lowest sales from here. Isn't there another way to create groups based on real information, on meaningful information? Yes, we have this. We can do that. But we can do that from the visualization. Let's cancel this. I will build another visualization. I need to see the sales with the quantity ordered. And I want to see the sales and the quantity ordered in terms of product code. So I will drag the product code and place it over the details. Now I have the product code. Those one on the top have the highest sales. I need to group them in a group. How can I do that? From this view, I want to expand the view. And now I need to select those. When I point to any one of them, I will get this prompt and here I can see group icon. Then I will click the group icon. Now I have group for these products. What about the lowest sales and the lowest number of orders? Point to them. When I get this, I will click on group. And now I have another group. Now I have three groups. If I click anywhere, I have three groups. One with blue, one with orange, and one with gray color. But their name is not descriptive. I will need to rename the groups. Here you can see there is a product code group is formed in the sheet in the fields. I can right click, edit group, and now you can click and rename every group. I will name those products as top sales. I will name those as bottom sales. And these are rename. And the other group, I will name it as normal sales. And then, okay. The names are now changed. I can also add the group to the filter. Okay. I will view the filter or show the filter here. So I can set focus on a special group like the top sales. I need to see the top sales only. I need to see the top sales versus bottom sales. So I can make comparison or I can show all of the products. Also from the color, edit color, I can change the color of the group. For example, I can color the bottom sales as red, the top sales as green, and the normal cells as brown, for example. Then okay. Now you can see visually where are the top cells, the normal cells, and the bottom cells. If you wish to remove the group, right click and remove or delete the group will be deleted. That's all for today, guys. Thank you. Next video, we will learn more about creating group cluster group and sets.